Hello and welcome back to Von Milhausen Plays The First Tree. In the last episode, we finished our wolf dream, and now we are in 6 months later after we were, I guess, going back to bury our father, and we appear to be in a cabin in the woods. I presume this is the family home and that we decided to stay here or something. It is very dark. I wish I could turn on a light or something. I can scarcely see myself. I'll probably try to brighten this in post-production so it's at least a little bit easier for you. It definitely does appear to be like an old-fashioned cabin of some variety. Can't turn on the light switch. It is really dark. Actually, to be fair to me, are there any... Nope, there are no controls for brightness. Let me try turning up the brightness on my screen here. Oop, okay, that's a little bit better for me. Can't interact with the phone. I guess we can go outside the front door if we were to try. We can. And that is the fleur-de-lis symbol that was on the half-buried cabin in our dream world. Boxes of memories. Now that I can see a little bit better. Ooh, we are a vampire. There is no reflection of us in this mirror. Oh, hilarious. Okay, the TV is a real object here, but if you have a look in the reflection, the TV is just a flat object with no actual geometry, as is the mug and the luggage. This isn't a real view at all, it's just a texture. What else have we got here? We have a bathroom. Another conveniently broken mirror. It is actually reflecting, but again, it's just a texture. It's not real. Seems like a nice moonlit night outside. What have we got in here? This was a pretty nice cabin, I have to say. Like, look at the size of this kitchen dining area. It's massive. What's in here? Oh, I guess this was our room growing up. Maybe? Or... oh no! I guess we are moving in. And this is a new crib. Boxes for the nursery. We're painting the walls. I guess... But he had said earlier on that we weren't potentially going to have a kid, that we may not be able to have one. I guess it transpired that we were able to have one. Wish we could turn on the damn lights. And then what's in here? Ooh, what time is it? It is 20 past 12, allegedly. Architectural prints. I guess there's going to be an entranceway or a lobby or something. There's a door to the outside here. Can we open any of the cupboards? We can't. I don't think it's really that kind of game. There's definitely cereal here. And food items. We can't open the fridge. What are the boxes on the table? Kitchen. No surprises there. A giant picture of a bun bun. Okay. We have a fireside cabin, or a fireside sitting room, living room. It's an old tape player, or maybe a VHS or something. I've been looking around to see if I could find that photo of ourselves and our father from the dream. Oh, there it is. It's that one right there. I can't zoom in or out in my first person view, so I'm afraid we're not going to get any closer to it. Ooh, that's a pretty low resolution texture right there. Some embers in the fireplace. I guess Dad... Hang on. Those look like Mounties. Was Dad a Mountie, maybe? He said he was a serviceman in the army. Okay, well that seems to be all I can do inside the house. Let's go outside. Nice skybox. Although this moonlight seems a bit crazy bright. Oh, it's a garage. And our dad's old truck. With the mattress in the back. I presume we're supposed to walk into the light. Or in the direction of the light. A crushed barrel. It's a bit weird. Yeah, well, there's a moving truck. Okay, to be fair, their cabin was in the middle of nowhere, but like, look at that view. I mean, you cannot really argue with the scenic beauty that is possible in this location. I mean, I don't know. I think I could quite happily spend some time in a cabin by myself somewhere like this. Okay, I can still hop. I can't double jump like the wolf. The fox, even. So, my abilities to climb the terrain are going to be somewhat more limited than hers were. Okay, we have a slope that would lead us down towards the lake. But there is an invisible wall here, so I can't actually go down that way. I suspect this may form thumbnail kind of stuff. The life of a YouTuber, you are always looking out for the opportunity to produce your thumbnail. Okay, well let's have a look at the moving truck quickly. And then I guess we actually need to go down into the woods that way. We do have a phone service apparently. Now, I'm not from Alaska. I don't really know a lot about Alaska, if I'm fully honest with you, but my impression of Alaska is that you do have in wilderness areas like this bears, that they do tend to be a kind of creature that you might find in this kind of environment. And there seems to be a lot of like food cans, and there's like bags of potato chips and stuff hanging around outside. Isn't this the kind of thing that attracts bears? This seems like a slightly, you know, this is a risky thing to do in a log cabin that you're about to raise an infant child in, I would have thought. I mean, I do quite like bears as animals, but, you know, I'm not completely oblivious to the fact that they are incredibly dangerous due to their power and size, and sometimes their hunger and anger. So we could try walking down the road that way. I see a barrier here, so maybe there's a scenic overlook. But I am also curious about walking out into the woods that way. I think we are supposed to go this way because I see there's like a pool of light around this area, which kind of makes me feel like we're intended to go that way and have a look at that thing on the ground. So let me go this way first. Probably going to run into some invisible walls, yeah. One right here. I presume it would be the same if we were to walk off into the woods this direction. Not so far. Okay, and there's stuff here too, damn it. Okay, well, the area up then by the house seemed like a smaller area, so let me go check out that first. Okay, we're kind of approaching the first lit up area. Oh, I think this might be tail end of winter's snow or something. There's a step ladder, which I guess was for installing the birdhouse here. So either this was one of the last birdhouses that he and his father kind of put up, or he's started to resume the old family tradition. Oh, and here's the no trespassing fence. Right, so we have at least closed the loop on that. Okay, so there's no further going this way. I presume we can't plunge off here to our doom. So let me go back down to the forest path. Okay, so looks like we have a camp area to the left and maybe something off in the distance there to the right. Camp area is a more obvious area. Again, I'm just worried about triggering like the end of the game kind of thing without getting to see all this stuff. It's a lamp and a box of... it's a first aid kit. Ooh, fireflies. Oh, we can interact with the camp if we wanted to. Let's not do that just yet. Maybe that's how you end the game. Can I wander off into oblivion here? I'm assuming not. Nope, invisible wall. Okay, let's go have a look at the area then down to the right. It looks like it might be a car. Oh, maybe this was the old barn that he was talking about with the old truck that he used to ask his dad about, you know, who used to live out here, what was their deal kind of thing. Yeah, look. Well, there is the beat up old car. There aren't even any front seats or steering wheel in it anymore, so it's definitely not going anywhere. The game is letting us come out this way, which is a bit surprising. Maybe just to get a look at the mountain. Let's go check out the cabin shed thing. Ooh, that was ominous. Again, it's old food things. You think that would be a little bit dangerous in this kind of environment. I don't know, maybe bears aren't a big problem in wilderness areas like this in Alaska. I just have it in my head that they are. And like elk and moose and that kind of stuff, because they can do a bit of damage as well from what I know. Like if you were to be out walking in the woods and come across a bull moose or a bull elk or something, I have it in my head that that's like, you need to be really careful about what you do next, because those things are big and powerful. Okay, can't go any further that way, so I guess it is the tent. Let's interact with it. Oh, I can zoom my eyeballs. I didn't think I could.
What the hell?
Okay, I'm in control again. We have a glowing wolf. Which I guess we're going to chase. Although again, exploration game, I want to go off the beaten path. Like, what's this area over here? I don't want to just do the obvious thing of chasing the wolf exactly on the path that it's on. Like, if we wanted to do that, then the game may as well be an interactive movie and just do whatever the hell it wants to do. Don't give me control over a game if you don't expect me to exert that control. Wolf is just running down to the lake edge. You can follow him down there. You have to keep looking for secrets. Another way to look at it is that I'm actually paying homage to the creator of the game, who spent all this time creating this terrain and making sure there wasn't anything weird going on with the tree placement and all that kind of stuff. And if I just took the one intended path, then all of this content would go to waste. You know, so I'm experiencing more of the content that he took the time to create than maybe other folks might. What's that then there? Can I go this way? Oh, I can. Oh, I think it's just a large part of this kind of brownish, shiny terrain that we've seen before. Well, presumably the wolf went down to the lake edge. Let's just go have a look over this way if we can. See what the... Oh! Well, I think I've located the wolf. I'm sliding, so it's a bit difficult to see if the wolf is still moving. But I think the wolf is still moving. So he's running around the right-hand edge of the lake. Okay, I wonder how far we need to go. Because old sleepy nighttime Joseph here isn't actually moving terribly quickly. Ooh, these foxgloves or bluebells? They are purple blobs. I went for a walk here myself a couple of weeks ago in a forest that's not too far from my home, maybe about an hour's drive, and there were bluebells all over the place, and I took one very nice photo. I'll try and flash that up here. These bluebells here kind of remind me of that. I don't know if these are bluebells. I don't know if bluebells are a kind of plant that exists in Alaska. Oh, I can finally run. I wasn't able to run before. I'm able to run now. Would have been nice if they'd told me I could run. And just make this a little bit quicker. Let's have a look and see if there's anything over here just before we get all the way down to the shore. This texture is really weird. It looks like metal. Like, I know there's supposed to be gold in them dar hills, but not this much of it, or else Joseph is going to be very, very rich very, very quickly. And maybe lumber isn't exactly the treasure that his father should have been pursuing. Can I go out into the lake? No. Okay, well, let's go around to the right and follow the wolf. I guess these are supposed to be moths instead of butterflies. There's some light here. I think the wolf went further on down that part of the lake. I don't think this is the wolf. It's just a randomly glowing old campground. Can't interact with it. Let's just assume there's supposed to be a fire there. Hey, wait a minute, what's that now? Oh, it's the lake water. It's glowing yellow when you look that direction for some reason. Okay. There also seems to be some light up this way. And over there. Let's go check out the light up here first. Running through the woods at night towards mysterious lights glowing in the darkness is just making me think of like an X-Files episode or something. Like was it in the first season that you had that episode Conduit, where there was a kid running through the woods at night and all these lights started beaming through the trees and it ended up being like a gang of bikers or something? If that's what's going on here, I'll be very disappointed. But I think these are actually noctilescent skybox clouds. I don't think I'm really supposed to be getting this close to what looks very much like background terrain due to the repeating texture that's over everything. I am definitely walking through glowing clouds right now that are only visible when you're looking this direction. So I feel like I've gotten somewhere I'm not really supposed to be. Truly, these are mysterious woods indeed. Okay, well, I could cut across terrain, I suppose, to the lake. Let's just keep going this way a bit first and see if this leads anywhere. We've made it through the glowingness. Oh, and hit into an invisible wall. Okay, let's, I could go back down to the lake, but let's just cut across country towards it instead. We might miss a few objects on the ground in between, but maybe we'll come across something that's hidden up here instead. So I think the wolf went off over that way somewhere. I see one very conspicuous looking blue rock sticking out into the lake there. To be fully honest with you, this is not how I expected the end of this game to go. I genuinely thought it was going to end with the wolf mother reaching the first tree. So this 6 months later epilogue is quite a surprise. Ooh. And pollen or something. Okay, well, let's keep running along the edge of the lake and see if we can catch up with that glowing wolf thing. Oh, is that a fire? Don't know if that's a fire or not, but there's something glowing over there. I see some light through the trees over that way, which may or may not be the wolf. Probably not the wolf. It looks like it's just more glowing X-Files clouds. So we have glowing X-Files lake, which is clearly reflecting a blue daytime sky with the sun rising over the the horizon there, even though this is clearly nighttime. The sun is clearly supposed to be that direction. So we've got a mystery lake, we've got a glowing wolf, we've got bear repellent food. Like, we have gold littering the mountains everywhere. Like, Joseph is made. Now, I thought I heard a note of like a cello or something. Oh dear, I'm stuck. What am I stuck on? Ah, crap. Oh, phew. Okay, don't climb there. It is dangerous. I thought I heard a note of a cello as I was walking that way, so now I'm wondering if I should maybe go around and... Yeah, see this bridge of broken terrain? That's really dangerous. I'm wondering if I should go around and try and find that place that looked like it might have been on fire, which would be up here somewhere. Because again, down to the mechanic of this game, just kind of ending its sections at invisible barriers that you can't tell when you're going to reach one or not, which I guess might be somewhat poetic in terms of the overall story of you never know when the end is coming in life kind of thing. Maybe the wolf went here.
What is this?
Okay, I can't run anymore, so we've definitely triggered something. Not really sure where the wolf went. Were we supposed to meet it somewhere? Oh, look, our father has carved a novel into the side of the tree for us. Like on one of the logs that he said he might. I'm not sure if they'll read it out or not. I don't think so. In life you may have found peace in solace alone, but there is more... Crap. Oh, hey look, it's the fox and she found her cubs. Oh my god, our home planet needs us. The first tree. And there you go. I'm not really sure if there's going to be anything after the credits or not, or if there's going to be stuff during the credits that I shouldn't be talking over. Yeah. Fair play to these people, by the way. The music was really nice. Doodly-doodly-doo. Oh, these must have been like maybe Kickstarter people or something. Would you like to submit your statement to the first tree to an online moderated database? It may appear randomly to other players. Sure. I wonder if the thing then that we saw at the tree there at the end was something that somebody else wrote. Interesting. Well then, I'm super sorry if anybody comes across my, I did my best message right to the very end and finds it a bit of a disappointment. I'm super sorry about that. Yeah, that was the first tree. To be fully honest with you, I've completed this game in an entire sitting, so I haven't gotten any kind of prepared notes for it at all. I enjoyed that. I had gotten fairly burned out on Shadow Warrior, and having a complete polar 180 experience of like just violence-free exploration, narrative-driven, light and cheery in places, solemn in other places. You know, this was absolutely a breath of fresh air. I love the visual style. I'm kind of, well, I like animals. I like foxes and doggos and all that kind of stuff. So I'm a little bit sorry that none of her wolf cubs survived in his dream. But I suppose in his, I don't know, maybe he was breathing paint fumes or something from the nursery he was painting in his log cabin. He kind of hallucinated that the fox and her cubs were kind of reunited in magical mystery land. So I suppose that's a plus. The story was a little bit schmaltzy and it was a little bit predictable in some places, kind of thing. But yeah, that was enjoyable. I would say if you liked what you saw in these videos, I would say absolutely go out and buy the first 3. If you liked what you saw, you're absolutely going to like playing it yourself, and maybe exploring and finding stuff that I didn't find. I looked at the Steam achievements. I think I said that in the first episode, and there are definitely achievements for finding, I think, 5 hidden items. I don't know if I came across any of those items or not. I saw 1 or 2 Steam achievements pop up in the lower corner while I was playing, but I think they were just like story-related achievements. So there's probably still plenty of items to find in the world of the first 3. So if you liked what you saw, I would say absolutely go out and pick up a copy. It is not that expensive. And yeah, I enjoy that one. So without further ado, let us move on to our ranking. So, did I enjoy the first 3 more than or less than Darkfall the Journal? I would have to say I enjoyed it more than Darkfall. Darkfall was enjoyable in its own right, but it, I don't know, it just had a bit less kind of going on in it than the first 3. First 3 was definitely a more polished experience, I think, overall. So I'm going to say more than. Did I enjoy it more than or less than Dangerous Dave Goes Nuts? That's a tricky one because they're both very different types of games, obviously. Like Dangerous Dave was fun for what it was, which is like an old school DOS platform game. But I will say that Dangerous Dave did like the first episode of Dangerous Dave was great, and the second episode was good, and the third episode was just frustratingly difficult. So I enjoyed it less as it ended, whereas I think the first 3 was more consistent overall. So I'm going to say more than. But as I say, they're both very different types of games. Did I enjoy the first 3 more than or less than Rise of the Triad Dark War? Again, very, very different types of games. Like Rise of the Triad is a great kind of early 90s era first-person shooter, and I definitely have a lot of fond memories of Rise of the Triad from growing up with it. The first 3, though, It's really quite a toss-up now, I have to say, between these 2. They're both very different, and they're both very enjoyable for the types of games that they are in about the same degree. But I'm going to say I enjoyed the first 3 more than, possibly unfairly because I've just played it more recently. Oh, and that is the end of ranking. So the scores are... Ding, 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 ding. The first 3 has now taken first spot on our ranking list. So there you go. Well, thank you very much for watching the series, and I hope to see you again soon on Von Milhausen Plays, where I will pick a new game thanks to the Wheel of Fate.